TikTok personality known as Kodiak Red is in trouble with the law again.
What? Bro.
Oh my God!
What the fuck?
I don't care, bro. You profiling me.
One thing about me is I never been no. I never been no. That's one thing about me. Tell that cop to give me his cash number and his name right now. I'm famous. I'm more famous.
The judge gave Frank Venegas bail this afternoon for having a gun without a serial number and oxy pill.
A murder suspect has been arrested at the Island Boys' home. The TikTok star's home was raided by a SWAT team on...
The Island Boys, the wild twin duo who once flooded the internet, are now at rock bottom, flat out broke, homeless, and drowning in legal trouble.
Gang, they ain't got to use that word. I'm speechless.
But here's the real bombshell. The lawsuits piling up could mean they won't just be broke on the streets, they could be locked up for decades behind bars.
I'm not trying to fight. I try to stop them.
Can you imagine going from viral fame to possibly spending life in prison? That's the terrifying reality staring them down right now. Their own reckless lifestyle has dragged them straight into the dirt.
Suspect has been arrested at the Island Boys' home. The TikTok star's home was raided by a SWAT team on Monday, with their 20-year-old friend being taken into custody after being identified in the shooting of an 8-year-old child.
Money, clout, and controversy once made them the hottest names online, but that spotlight has turned ice cold. Instead of smart moves, they doubled down on chaos, fights, shady business, and straight-up criminal behavior. It's not just a fall from grace. It's a complete implosion of everything they built. So how did two kids who had the internet in their hands end up facing prison walls? That's the question hanging heavy. The more you dig, the uglier it gets. Their legal troubles aren't just ruining their reputation. They're choking whatever little freedom they have left. Every day, another charge, another headline, another reason to believe the Island Boys might not walk free again. Remember, these weren't just random internet jokers. They were pulling in serious cash.
I want to send my condolences to the family that this tragedy has happened. It's very sad.
Fast. But when money collides with reckless minds, disaster is only a matter of time. They thought they could play by their own rules, flexing wealth and fame like nothing could touch them. But reality hit hard. Fame fades, money burns out, and the law doesn't care about your viral views. And the craziest part, this didn't stop at drama. It turned into full-blown crime. They crossed lines that can't be walked back, proving once again that when reckless behavior meets easy money, the crash is always catastrophic. No matter how much clout they had, the Island Boys couldn't dodge the law forever. Their downfall really started back in February 2022, when cops swarmed the Venegas brothers' house after a horrifying drive-by shooting left an 8-year-old girl dead. A childhood friend of theirs was cuffed on the spot, sending shockwaves everywhere. The twins weren't officially charged, but their names got dragged straight into the dirt. People couldn't stop whispering. Were they involved or not? Some swore they had blood on their hands, while others defended them. But the damage was already done. The internet turned against them.
Okay, so you're gonna go to jail for the fake name and for driving recklessly, and then I'm gonna do your report for what happened earlier.
Bro,
You've been driving like an ass.
no, you guys don't understand. Yeah, I'm going to jail for no fucking reason.
And the backlash was vicious. That storm never let up. By May 2023, Frankie Venegas himself got hauled off in Pompano Beach, Florida. The charge? Domestic battery. Reports claim he slapped his girlfriend and shoved her into a pool during a heated fight. Can you believe that? 1 second he's flaunting grills and diamonds, the next he's facing mugshots. And to make it worse, their endless parade of controversial videos only poured gasoline on the fire.
Judge gave Frank Venegas bail this afternoon for having a gun without a serial number and oxy pills. The judge set his bond at $1,000 for the drug charges and $2,500 for the tampered gun charge.
Every upload just fed the hate, flipping them from viral sensations into public villains overnight. But the chaos didn't stop there. Exactly a year later, May 2024, Frankie was arrested again, this time in Fort Lauderdale. Police say he was wilding out on the road, reckless driving like he owned the streets. When stopped, he allegedly tried slipping fake ID and was caught driving without even having a license. What kind of mess is that? By then, it was crystal clear. The Island Boys weren't climbing back to fame, they were spiraling. With Frankie racking up charges and both brothers carrying the weight of their tarnished name, the hate only got louder. The same duo who blew up the internet together were now being torn apart together, their empire crumbling under nonstop controversy and scandal. By February 2025, the so-called final nail in the coffin slammed down hard on the Island Boys' legacy.
Get away from me. All right? I'm letting you know, all right?
I don't know, what'd you say?
I said, why are you next to me right now? I'm talking to him.
You acting like I'm gonna do something to you.
I don't know you.
I'm sorry about that, sir. Thank you. I have the plate at home. I just never put it.
In Naples, Florida, Frankie got pulled over during what seemed like just another traffic stop. But when deputies searched the car, the truth exploded. Oxy pills stashed away and a firearm with its serial number scratched off. That's not just reckless. That's straight up criminal. Frankie was immediately hit with charges: possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and possession of a firearm with an altered serial number. His rap sheet just went from bad to downright career-ending. After that bust, their image was shredded beyond repair. Fans and critics alike stopped calling them entertainers and started calling them exactly what the charges said: criminals. Whatever hype they had left was gone. No more viral moments, no more clout.
Let me get your badge.
I know you're trying to get clout and all that too.
Let me get your badge number.
Here, chill.
No. This had nothing to do with you.
Get your license, so shut up.
All right, so
you're gonna get arrested,
give me your badge number and give me your name.
I just said it's on camera. I just gave it to you.
25 feet.
Hey,
I will take you to
what's
jail.
25 feet?
Now it's a new law. You cannot record.
No, what's 25 feet though?
25
feet.
feet.
Calculate what 25 feet.
I'm counting, right? With my feet.
Right, go. One thing about me is I've never been no. That's one thing about me. Tell that cop to give me his badge number and his name right now. I'm famous. I'm more famous than anybody here. I'll put him up. I'm famous.
Just mugshots and court dates. To most people, the Island Boys had officially vanished, not because the internet forgot them, but because their own behavior buried them. But even within their fan base, the blame game kicked off. Some pointed fingers squarely at Frankie, claiming he was the root of all the chaos, while insisting Fly Soldier was different. But was he really? Recently, on a live stream with YouTuber Jack Dougherty, even Fly Soldier got caught up in another chaotic run-in with police. Cameras rolling, flashing lights, the whole internet watching, proof that both brothers were knee-deep in disaster. And honestly, it's painful to watch. These were the same twins who once strutted around flaunting fame and money. Now, their faces tell the whole story. Broken, exposed, humiliated as cops drag their names through the mud. From viral celebrities to public punchlines, the Island Boys aren't just canceled, they're crushed. The chaos didn't stop with courtrooms and charges. The Island Boys even tried squaring up with the police. Can you picture that? Fly Soldier, instead of backing down, actually tried to swing on officers during a heated moment. The arrogance was unreal. When the cops brushed him off as infamous, he puffed up his chest and shouted back that everybody knows him. But fame doesn't stop handcuffs, and all it did was make him look like a clown in front of the world. By then, their reputation had already collapsed. The internet stopped treating them like rappers or influencers and started clowning them as punchlines. Lawsuits and complaints kept stacking up with no resolution in sight. And with their reckless behavior, more jail time is practically guaranteed. The wild twins who once flooded TikTok and YouTube with energy now can barely keep themselves online. Fame, gone, money, dried up. Even surviving day to day became a struggle. That desperation pushed them into humiliating stunts just to scrape by. At Adden Ross's boxing event, they were basically set up as losers, just to collect a little cash and maybe a free meal. But the embarrassment didn't end in the ring. A viral clip surfaced days later, showing them being kicked out by security, humiliated in front of the cameras yet again. The internet feasted on it, tearing apart what little dignity they had left. And it kept getting worse. More viral clips showed them being used for views instead of music, like the time YouTuber Jack Dougherty kicked one of them out of his house on stream, making it look like he was throwing out a beggar. The once feared, once envied Island Boys reduced to props for other creators' content. That's how far they've fallen. In the end, they weren't destroyed by haters, the media, or even the law. They destroyed themselves. They went from overnight millionaires pulling in thousands a day to being ridiculed and discarded by the same fans who once boosted them. Every reckless stunt, every public meltdown, every shady hustle chipped away until there was nothing left but embarrassment. The tragedy is they had the blueprint for success, but ignored every warning. Obsessed with fast money and clout, they mismanaged everything, spiraled into controversy after controversy, and burned every bridge that could have saved them. At this point, the Island Boys aren't seen as rappers, influencers, or even entertainers anymore. They're walking memes. Every failure, every meltdown, every desperate stunt gets clipped and spread across the internet like wildfire, turning their so-called glamorous lifestyle into a running joke. The viral fame they once bragged about has completely flipped into viral humiliation. Now, stripped of money and respect, they're so desperate to stay relevant, they're literally trying to pick fights with police officers just to get a reaction. That's not fame. That's rock bottom. It's almost hard to believe that these were the same twins who once flaunted luxury cars, designer clothes, and stacks of cash. Today, all people see is chaos, lawsuits, and the wreckage of what could have been. The lawsuits, the arrests, the endless controversies, every single one hammered away at their reputation until nothing was left. The Island Boys are destroyed, not by outsiders, but by their own hands. They're not rising stars anymore. They're cautionary tales about what happens when ego and recklessness take over. But now I gotta ask, what's your take on all of this? Do you think the Island Boys ever had a chance to turn things around? Or were they always headed straight for disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video if you want more deep dives like this.